Hello. I know it's been a long time. It's nearly 12 months. I had a shock when I realised how long. I thought I'll just miss a few challenges while I catch up on jobs and things that need doing. And I've had FOMO big time, and there's no way I'm missing volume 6. Absolutely no way on this planet. It's so up my street. So I'm back to it. I have been stitching, but I went down a huge rabbit hole with cross stitch, and I will share that in another video. But I just wanted to show how I put my base together for my journal. I had lots of different ideas and I've been inspired by lots of different people, but I've kind of gone back to my basic how I do it. So I've got a piece of mount board or mat board, and it was roughly 8 inches by 12 inches. So I've cut off 4 inches and I've done that on 2 boards, and then I've cut one of these in half, one of these spare pieces, so that's given me a 2-inch spine, which I know is huge, but bear with me. So then what I've done, I've actually started to put it together. My mat board's actually black on one side and white on the other. I'm not bothered about the black. It's all going to be covered up anyway with fabric, so I'm keeping the white side facing up, so it's just easier to see on camera. So this goes together quite easily, and these little gadgets are from Cool Cats, who I work for. Disclaimer, I do work for them, and they're brilliant because they're actually spacers. So they work this way. So if you're a journal maker and you get wonky covers, you need these basically. So this is uber strong and it will stick to everything. I will have smooth hair-free arms at the end of this. So I'm just going to put my board on there. That's my front cover. And then these little spacers are very clever because you literally line them up. I hope you can see. Literally line them up with your corners of the cover. Let's just move a little more of this out of the way. Now this tape is uber duper, and I've already done that side. So what I do now is I line that one up carefully with that, and then I remove these. Come on. I told you this tape was sticky. So these, they do lots of different sizes, but these are 3/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to push that down and then pull this tape over. And then to finish it, oh, I've got company. To finish it, I'm going to bring up the other end of the tape. I'm going to try and line it up, although it doesn't matter. Pull out this from underneath, and I don't want to go over onto the other side, so I'll just snip that off. Oh, my desk is a mess. Should have really tidied it up before I started this, but I just needed to get started on it. Otherwise, there'd be something else needed doing, and I just wouldn't be able to get started. So just burnishing this tape down. Not bothered if I get dirt on it. Oops. So, this is just a Teflon bone folder. I'll flip it over, so do the same on the other side. So there, I've got my base. So that's nice and large to work on. So what I'm going to do, I am going to cover it in white cotton, and it's an old sheet from a vintage seller that is one of my go-tos in the UK, and I am going to cover it. So I don't mind if you see a little of the black behind. So let's just work out which way around we're going to do. I don't think it matters. I haven't ironed it either. It just adds to the texture. So I've got my bookbinding glue ready, and my glue brush, and I am just going to whiz some book binding glue on here. Not bothered if I go onto the fabric, because this is just the base layer. Decorations will be added onto the top. So this is just the base of the journal. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, it's ages since I've done this. Getting a sweat on. Oh, I've really missed stitching, as in stitching in hand, not counted cross, you know. Counted cross stitch is great when I've been having pain, and it's been quite a good way of helping me deal with pain. But I've really, really missed my messy stitching. So I'm just roughly lining that up. And I'll just flip it over. It's not too bad. Okay, where have I hidden my burnisher? There it is. Let's give it a quick burnish. That's that. Fab. So then I'm going to flip it over, and I need to trim quite a bit off. There's way too much fabric here, so those are okay. I'm going to take some of this off at the end. Oof. And the same at the other side. There we go. Sorry about that noise. And get off. I'm going to take the corner off there, and take a corner off there, and the same at the other side, which you possibly can't see because this thing is a monster. There is method behind the madness of it being so big. I'll show you. So let's just get the book binding glue on here. And then I'm just going to tuck my corners in, which are always fiddly. Those in nice and tight, and then I'm going to pull that one over. There we go. That's nice and tight in there. I'll flip it round so stay in camera. And do the same on this side. Nice and tight. Oops, that's a bit, not quite as much to fold over on there, but that's okay. And then I'll bring that in tight. So what I want to do as well is to just take a snip doing it off camera, but I will share. I'll swap it around. It's just such a whopping journal. Okay, so what I've done, I've snipped into these two sides just to help where the in fact I might actually, oh, I don't know, I don't know whether there's any need for that. I just felt there was a need for when the spine was open. Who knows? I will do this part first. Pull that over. Now, I'm not bothered. I've got a little gap there. I'm not too bothered because I'm going to line the inside. So everything will be covered. Okay. That's all that side in. And the same again on this side. Go. So just make sure everything is glued down, and it is. Beaut. And there goes Daisy. So what I'm going to do now is to leave this one to dry, and then I will be back once I'm just going to cut out 8-inch square, stick it on over the top, same piece of bed sheet that I got, just to neaten it up, and then we have got a nice clean cover to get cracking with. Okie dokie, I'll see you soon. Bye.